obviously they enhance mobility to the individuals who have visual issues, physical impairments. And here's a statement from our NIH director, Dr. Francis Collins. We basically are supporting such research and working with technical teams in the U.S. as well as around the world. So these things are going to be really transforming our lives, and hopefully this will this will give us a medical breakthrough, or to help support the people who are fighting the blindness. Here's another example that is the NEI, National Eye Institute funded emerging technologies, looking deeper into the eyes to catch signs of disease. Obviously, this gives that, if you've been sleep deprived, you've probably had a first-hand glimpse of the blood vessels. So by looking at various, maps and vessels, obviously we are able to diagnose many diseases or the conditions that may affect our eyes. Is another one by researchers saying that new treatment could prevent blindness. This is NEI funded. Just last few days, the scientists at Scripps Research Institute in La Jolla, California, they're talking about promising new technique that controls the abnormal growth of blood vessels. And this could someday lead to new treatment to prevent blindness and to stop the spread of cancer. So obviously very important discovery, very important piece of work, and we remain connected. We remain very, very engaged in working with the researchers in the U.S. as well as outside the U.S. Here is another example that caught my attention, that artificial retina is solar powered. The technology is just fascinating here. A commercial company that's based in New Jersey has just been granted a patent to design the first solar powered artificial retina. And this is an invention that obviously would preclude the current need for external hardware, and to give it, this will give a patient the possibility of near normal vision. So fascinating work that's going on here. I was at a recent convention. I was able to actually interact and talk to and work with the engineers and the eye disease researchers, the scientists who are actually developing this. Very exciting time, very exciting team. And I had the privilege of actually meeting some of these people just recently. So I wanted to highlight that. Here is, all of you recognize the smartphone everyone has, looks like, in their pocket now, and sitting in this hall. And so this, having smartphone photography may help, and it's already helping us diagnose eye diseases. You as an eye researcher and a clinician, you know all about that, the fundus photography, which is an essential part of your practice. And the commercial cameras can cost a lot of money, actually, in the U.S. as well as in India. So, these engineers and scientists are looking at various ways to, how they could use the cell phone that's sitting in our, each one of us has almost in our pockets, and how we could use this to translate into a low-cost diagnostics and for device. And this work is being conducted in Massachusetts. And interestingly, the founder of, or one of the founders of this company was at the endowment award ceremony and with the Aditya Jyot Foundation team in New Delhi just the last Thursday. I had the pleasure of actually spending a lot of time with them, with this team, and the leaders of this team. And this device, Netra, you can all relate to the word Netra for eyes. This is an interactive display for estimating the refractive errors and finding about the focal range. So this is already being tested in India. LV Prasad Eye Foundation and several other places in India are testing, and this team and the leaders of this team, I believe, are still in India. So here's another device, and again, the gentleman who is the MIT professor, Professor Ramesh Rasker, has created these devices with his team, and this device maps the cataract actually, and obviously the snap-on device that attaches to your cell phone here, it is being tested, and it's a very exciting time for all of us to be looking at these devices that will be low cost and can be used in the field, especially the villages, and can transform the whole eye care services. Okay, so now we're going to look at, we know we have made tremendous progress, and it is really, really very exciting time for people like me and my team, and for all of you to be living in this extraordinary time to see these developments, and then the future is obviously looking very, very bright. And I'm going to give you a list of opportunities, and I had the pleasure of actually interacting with the top eye researchers, not only from India, from all over the world, in Delhi last week. We had our Asia Arbo meeting, and many of you were there, and we discussed many of these programs, and several collaborations are being discussed. We are looking to do, we are very interested in epigenetic study, we are interested in genome analysis, genetic studies. We are looking at many things that relate to diabetic retinopathy. I know Aditya Jyot Foundation and the research team is very heavily involved in diabetic retinopathy programs, fighting this disease in the slums of Dharavi and Gawandi in Mumbai. And I applaud their work, applaud their vision, and this program, things related to diabetic retinopathy are a worldwide issue, and we are very interested in working with the teams around the world on this. Similarly, trachoma, AMD, and other eye diseases remain very important to us. We are looking at programs that are country-specific, that are region-specific, that are population-specific, pediatric population, elderly population, and so on, and things that we can take advantage of their unique infrastructure that several of you have already set up. So we look forward to actually expanding and our relationship with several of you. Going into the future, just recently, the National Eye Institute launched on a new program that is called NEI Audacious Goals. And we determined our priorities and identified certain areas where we'd be actually focusing and paying a lot of attention to in terms of developing and something that would consider audacious. And I have a video to show you. So this was the program that regenerating neurons and neural connections in the eye and visual system are going to be very, very heavy and important for our agenda in the next coming years. So I'm going to show you the video, and I hope it runs there.
We designed the NEI Audacious Goals Initiative to look for significant opportunities to make major advances in vision research and therapy over the next decade, perhaps 10 or 15 years.
This is a very exciting day. Science has never moved more rapidly than right now, and in the area of eye disease research, in many ways, is moving more rapidly than almost anything else in biomedicine. And so all these folks are gathered here today to really develop a blueprint for where we need to go next, and not just sort of an incremental series of advances, but audacious goals.
So what's an audacious goal? It's something big, bold, innovative, thinking out of the box, looking at an old problem in a new way that we've never done before. We don't know where there are nuggets of new ideas blossoming. That's why we put out the prize competition.
That netted a set of ideas that we took to our vision experts. Today, at this meeting, we have convened about 200 individuals, scientists and engineers, a broad range of people, to look at these ideas and to advise us on the major opportunities that lie ahead.
My audacious goal was really to regenerate axons from the ganglion cells through the optic nerve, reaching targets in the brain, to restore